Nym fam, and welcome to a brand new week and a brand new video here on FPL Nym. Today we're going to be covering the latest news and reactions ahead of Game Week 24, although it is a little way away. So if you're loving the new video, then please drop a like. Let's try and hit 40 likes on this video. That would be absolutely fabulous. Also, leave a comment below. How did you get on in Game Week 23? Was it as disastrous as mine was? Who are you wanting to shift out already ahead of Game Week 24? I mean, that's most of my team. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel and hit the notification bell. Okay, with all of that done, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into this. So before we get into the knee-jerk reactions, here is how my team is doing so far. It's currently close to my second worst game week of all time, like ever. I mean, there's not much to report here. It's absolutely shocking. I'll go into more detail in my team selection, of course, but Ramsdale keeping the clean sheet was pretty much the highlight of my game week with a couple of bonus points to boot. And Jota, of course, getting that dodgy assist for that penalty. Don't think it was a penalty. Happy to take his points because otherwise I am struggling big style. My biggest problem, of course, was captaining Dennis the Menace. Oh my god, can you actually believe it? When he got that first yellow card, I just knew. I had a feeling red card was incoming and I was like, this is just typical in a double game week that I am going to lose my captain in the first game and he's going to get me minus points. So that's really frustrating. Did make a couple of transfers. Brought in King and Bruno for Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. 33 points at the moment with King left to play. There's a few captainers still out there. So just hoping to kind of hold rank at the moment. Damage limitation, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. This is the current dream team from Game Week 23. Long-term standouts here, I think, are Digne, Robson and Laporte. Digne looking really good now, getting settled into Aston Villa, looking much more like the guy we all know and love from a season or so ago. Getting an assist on the weekend and that clean sheet. So looking really good, especially with some potential doubles coming up. Laporte looks to be set and nailed in that City defence, which is good because he is just 5.7 million, so he's a good wildcard pick potentially going forward with some attacking returns. And of course, Andy Robertson looks back and with it. He looks back in the groove. He's now taken over Trent in some of the assist records, so he's definitely with it. Of course, there's a bit of debate here. Do you do the triple up on Trent, Salah and Robertson, or do you triple up on Jota, Trent and Salah? Of course, this is quite difficult. We don't know enough information yet, I don't think. Jota did drop off form when Salah and Mane went away. Of course, with them back, he might get a rest initially, but after that, if he's back in the groove with them two, he'd be a tough sell, I have to say. This may come down to a bit more of depending on when you're going to wildcard and what the situation is by then with the whole Robertson versus Jota situation. Moving on to the transfers this week, and these are currently the movers and shakers ahead of Game Week 24. Digne is absolutely no surprise there at the top for all of the reasons we just talked about. Coutinho, a little surprising, of course. He will be going off, I would imagine. He's been called up to play for Brazil, so a little bit shocked to see him coming in when he could miss out in Game Week 24. If Aston Villa double, I guess he could be back for the second fixture, but that's all a bit up in the air, so a little bit surprising on that one. Bowen, no surprise, he's been absolutely amazing this season. I mean, you know, he is just fantastic. St. Maximum must have impressed a few FPL managers on the weekend. Maybe that's a lag on his previous 2 game weeks where he did quite well there. De Bruyne, absolutely no shock. Absolutely no shock whatsoever there. He's done fantastically. He's steady. He looks back to his best. The only thing with City is they don't currently have any double game weeks, so you're kind of hoping when you get De Bruyne in that he's going to outscore any double game week players that you may have in your team. At the moment, the way things are going, that looks pretty likely. Of the transfers out, there's absolutely no shock. We're seeing Dennis at the top. However, he will only miss the second game of this double. So if you're transferring him out now because you think he's not going to play in game week 24, I hate to inform you, he is going to be available for game week 24. I guess it's whether or not you can get over the fact that he's absolutely stuffed you over in this double game week, and that is going to be the biggest thing. Mount, of course, does miss out in game week 24. He's been brilliant for Chelsea. If Chelsea weren't about to blank, then he'd definitely be a player we'd all be considering getting. He'd be on this side of the list rather than on that side of the list. James, obviously, with an injury, yeah, you know, he's an easy sell. And again, we're just seeing the cull of any Chelsea players at the moment because of them blanking in game week 24. So Rudiger is highly out. He may be going for me as he may help fund Salah coming back in. That's maybe another reason why a lot of people are selling on. And the big surprise in the transfer out is Ronaldo. Now, I think this is a little bit of a delayed reaction from last game week where he didn't start and then didn't actually return this week. I think he was kind of unlucky to not have got a penalty this game week. Yeah. Lots of people already considering Salah getting back in, and I guess Ronaldo was always the cash cow for that. So, yes, but United will have a double game week in the next coming game weeks. Game week 25 looking the most likely for that. So, tough sell. I did sell myself. I went and got Bruno, though, just to get a bit of extra cover for Man United. But I can see why people are selling him on. Will a lot of people want him back if United double, though? That is the question. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and welcome to the Nym fam, those of you that are new. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is there anything you'd like me to see added to this video? And remember, if anyone asks you about FPL and you don't want to talk about it, which is extremely likely after last game week, just tell them, never you mind. NYM. Until next time, Nymfria out.